Hi, welcome back. We have very few minutes, but I'd love it if we could do some top level share outs from your conversations. So does anybody want to share out from the group?
I had an extraordinary group. Each one of the people we were with brought out something very important. Parenting as partners with the kids and any of the emotional learning, cultural, all of that, very important, right? Collecting data, understanding how each child learns independently, right? So that's very important, right? And then the actual cultural feelings that we, in all cultures, we have some things we can say, some things we cannot say, and we don't know what they are. So when we're working with children, to make sure that we dwell on the excitedness of learning, the happiness that we can give them. If they're in trouble and they're angry, well, let's give them some happiness. Tell them it's okay to be mad, but we have more to do. Like, let's get happy. Where's your happy place? So that's about it. It was great.
Thank you, Eleanor. Catalina?
I was just saying, in terms of tools for the students, there should be some form of consistency between the tools that they're learning in schools, but also that they can take home with them. I was sharing with my group that it's hard for the translation of social, like the cultural understanding from the home to the school, and then also vice versa from the school, bringing it back into the home. So if there was a tool or a way to work on that, that'd be super helpful.
Anybody else want to share? Megan, do you want to wrap that up?
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much. This was really helpful. I did share a little bit about the Kimochi's curriculum. I'll also share that CASEL website will have some information about the framework, but Eduardo mentioned in our group, it is very academic. And so I know that there's an educator called Dina Simmons, and she talks a lot about anti-racist SEL, and she's kind of leading the movement in that. So I'd highly recommend looking her up and looking at her work. And I think that's really where this needs to go, is what you all are talking about of, like, we really need to do a better job of bringing culture, as Catalina said, bringing in tools to help align some of that and help connect us with families as we're doing this work. But also, just keeping in mind those goals. Like, the goal is, an inclusive community, but, we talked in our group, a just community. And I think that's all really important that we bring those in. So please reach out. I will share my email if you have any questions, and I can share other resources if you guys need them. But thank you so much for letting me join, and thank you so much for such interesting and wonderful discussions as well.
Thank you, Megan. I have a super quick story about Kimochis because my children actually used them a decade ago. And one of the things they have, in addition to having the emotions, the things that Megan was showing, is they actually have things that look like M&Ms. They're stuffed, and they have an emotion on each one. So the principal would have in her office this whole big bowl full of all of these emotions, and that she had two kids come in who needed to resolve something, and these were kids who just had a hardest time talking about what's going on in their heads and whatever. And this one kid takes out these stuffed M&Ms, basically. It's like, I feel this, and I feel this, and I feel this. And she said it was one of the most successful conversations she had with them, because he couldn't name his emotions on his own, but having this tool really helped. So anyway, there are a lot of different ways to do it, but I just wanted to share that one story because it was very, very personal and worked really well. It was not my child, but my children did use it, and it was something that was brought home to the families. So I also knew about the program. So I had all of the emotions on little pieces of paper at my house. So if my kids needed it, I'm like, here, do you want to pick one of these emotions? Anyway, so it worked. So I hope we have more discussions like this. It felt very meaningful. Really appreciate Petra making up the connection to Meghan, and Meghan for being here and sharing. And we will send a follow-up email with all of the resources, and we will see you in a month. Thank you all.
Thank you.